Hi, this is Gilbert Gottfried, and this is for Rushmore Podcast. Look good, feel good, enjoy.
Welcome to the Rushmore Podcast. My name's Pepper.
My name's Thomas.
And this is a night where we fucking celebrate because the Braves just clinched a fucking playoff spot.
Yeah, 3 days ago.
Yeah. Well, tonight.
Yeah, but I mean like 3 days ago when this comes out.
Sure. Yeah.
They've already been put out of the playoffs.
Fuck you, dude. Hey.
When do baseball playoffs start?
It's too close to being accurate. Don't worry about it.
All right, doesn't matter. Tell them about some drugs.
Dude, man, I cannot explain how good Pure Spectrum CBD has been to us.
I actually need you to explain it. That's why we're doing this.
Okay. Here's the deal. I was very skeptical about CBD. I thought it was possibly bullshit. They sent us a bunch of stuff. I really enjoyed it. They sent us some more stuff. I really enjoyed that.
Hey, I'll make a statement. Hands down, we've had I think 5 now. Hands down, the best sponsor of the show.
Okay, so if you want to support a sponsor that actually supports us and isn't just a bunch of fucking stupid hype and shit, and it's actually a good company that we actually fucks with, go check out Pure Spectrum CBD. They are, as of right now, the only company that we fucks with as far as sponsorship shit. They are the fucking best.
Yeah, Audible too. But
Okay.
But Pure Spectrum compensates us not only on time, early, often.
They're incredible.
They're fantastic.
And they got some really good, and I know this is going to sound like an ad, but it's also true. They have some really good deals going on. Thomas, tell them how many % off they can get right now.
Oh,
and we're talking about a discount on like the hottest shit you can get as far as CBD. It is the highest quality shit. It is not gas station bullshit. This is like super, super legit, as legit as you can get. I have friends that are in the I don't even know what you would call it, like the CBD, like they use CBD, and they hold this shit in very high regard. It's very good stuff.
And right now, registration is open for OCR Stars.
Wow.
Presented by Pure Spectrum. It's an athletic competition. OCR Stars is founded by 6-time obstacle course racing world champion, CrossFit Games athlete, and Pure Spectrum ambassador Hunter McIntyre.
Sounds like a fit guy.
4 workouts, 4 weeks, beginning November 2nd. Every week, they're giving away thousands of dollars in cash prizes if you keep up with their workout routine.
That's great.
Sign up or get a team to join you. Register today at OCRstars.com. OCRstars.com. And do that shit. You're going to get an extra 10% on top of the 10% you already get using promo code Rushmore.
Hold on, dude. Let me do the math real quick.
Do it.
10.
20% off.
Get the fuck out,
PureSpectrumCBD.com.
Hold on.
Pure Spectrum.
1/5 off?
Pure Spectrum. Well, if you're getting $100.
No, it's 1/5.
Oh, yeah. I guess 20% is always 1/5, huh?
Uh-huh.
All right. PureSpectrumCBD.com.
And that really is...
Promo code Rushmore.
That's a significant amount off.
They
don't do a lot of deals where like it's a significant amount off.
Yeah, 10% is the highest I've seen. Now we're getting 20 because of OCR Stars.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah.
So
also, go get in fucking shape and take a bunch of CBD so you don't feel like shit being sore and shit.
Yeah. I love... My favorite thing is the... I'm not exactly... what... I'm not 100 on what the product's called, but it comes in the little black thing, and it's like the muscle rub. Oh my god!
The salve.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought it was bullshit for like the longest time.
Oh, dude,
and then I started using it. Oh my god!
Yeah, this shit's great.
Oh, it works so well.
The tincture's great. The cannabinoid oil.
Yep. I sent some isolate to a couple of friends who make edibles, and they're gonna report back very soon. Very excited to see how that goes. So very big and exciting things on that front.
So yeah, PureSpectrumCBD.com, promo code Rushmore.
If you want to support us, that is how you support us.
100%. Oh, and Patreon. Oh, I guess we shout out the Patreon too, huh?
That is the other point that I was going to
Yeah.
make. So the other way to support us, besides Pure Spectrum CBD, the greatest goddamn CBD company on the goddamn planet, is go to patreon.com/rushmorepodcast, where you can put some pep in your step with Pepper Goins from Rushmore Podcast, a Rushmore Podcast affiliated podcast, and
Ruthless Affection
with
me and Josh Brandon and Carrie Hare pretty much every week so far.
Carrier. Sounds like he's been killing it.
So do all that shit. Who did we talk to today?
Hold on. Before we get into that, I want to talk about our $20 tier on Patreon.
Oh.
We've had a few people hit it, and I'm very excited to knock these out. $20 tier, I will write you a theme song.
Yeah, you'll get all the extra shows. You'll get the Rushmore episodes early, and you will get a theme song.
And I'm not talking about just like a
jingle.
I'm not talking about like I'm going to video a theme song or something. I'm going to, as best I can, like professionally record your own personal theme song.
You'll get an MP3 of this song.
Yes.
He might even put it over your profile picture in a video.
Oh, yeah, I guess I could do that.
That'd be cool, huh?
Yeah. If you want that, ask that, and I'll fucking do it.
Yes.
I will do anything for people who ask me.
Who's our guest today?
Our guest today, son of a bitch. You want to talk about just a good motherfucker in general?
Guy can talk.
Guy can talk.
Guy
lives.
Guy lives.
Above
Guys
everything
live
else.
life.
Guy lives. Guy's got some fucking stories, and he dropped some banger-ass stories today. Our guest today is one and only Brandt Tobler.
Brandt Tobler.
Fucking
by the way,
amazing.
he dropped some breaking news on this episode. We're not going to say what it is.
We
but he
weren't
dropped
expecting
some
it.
personal breaking news on this episode, so look out for that. Make sure you go listen to his podcast, The 32 with Brandt Tobler. His book.
Free roll?
Free
You talking
roll?
about free roll?
Dude.
Available on fucking anywhere you can get books?
We're going to do our Rushmore of memorable sports moments, favorite sports moments on this episode. And, God, some hot breaking news he drops on us.
Oh,
We
man,
were not
I
expecting
couldn't
that.
believe it. We were both left agape at the news.
Yes.
Go check. He is one of the Crab Feast Final 10. Go check out his This Is Not Happening video
Oh, it's
and
great.
enjoy the fucking episode.
CBD.
People say we need a theme song, so I wrote a fucking theme song. If you like this fucking theme song, then you'll like the Rushmore Podcast. Rushmore Podcast. Rushmore Podcast. Rushmore Podcast. Fuck you. Check, check, check.
Boom! You're in, dude.
We're here.
What's up, man?
Man, what up, boys?
What's up, man?
Did it. We did it.
Anybody ever told you like a tall Brad Williams?
No, actually.
Let's start off the intro for our guest, Pepper.
That's great.
I want to. How you been doing, man?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you guys?
Oh, we're
Yes.
doing fucking great.
Oh,
What
Where
do
you
think?
at? Are you still in old Denver?
I'm just at home in Denver. Yeah, just
Hell yeah.
chilling.
Is shit going fucking wild over there?
No, it's pretty cool actually. Everything's kind of getting back to normal. We're doing shows, and it's honestly not that bad. It's starting to be kind of regular. So
That's fucking
It's
awesome
good.
to hear that
it's good.
places. I've heard still LA is just an absolute fucking dumpster fire.
Oh, I'm sure.
I think
Everybody's
New York's-
gone. Everybody's leaving.
Yeah, I think New York's getting a little bit better, but I mean, shit, Mississippi. I mean, shit still hasn't changed.
Let's move to Austin.
Yeah,
Austin?
Austin sounds good.
Yeah, seems like
Yeah, I'm
everyone's
going to I'm going to Wyoming on Thursday, and it's just like this shit never happened.
Yeah,
They're just like, whatever, just get some beer and hang out. I'm like,
it's a
all
pretty
right.
sick hat, dude.
Thanks, man.
Got a pronghorn on it.
Yeah, someone sent it to me from Wyoming. They take good care of me.
Hell yeah, dude. All right, you ready to start, Thomas?
Yeah, man.
Fuck yeah. Oh,
We-
I'm
yeah, I've
recording.
already started. Always be
Thanks.
recording.
Thanks.
ABR, always
Yeah.
be recording. That's
So
good.
I'll tell him the story. But Adam Ray, we had Adam on a few months ago, and he told this badass cheese story where he cut his finger or whatever and went to the hospital.
Badass.
And it was a badass cheese story, and we weren't recording.
Oh,
And then we were like, all right, you ready to start? And he was like, dude, what are you doing? Like, we felt so unprofessional in that moment. So we try to start before they even fucking get here now.
Try to catch somebody saying the N-word or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can get some blackmail. Yeah, I record a couple episodes that get all the way done and then hit record to stop and realize I was hitting record to start. I was like, oh my God.
No.
So fucking frustrating.
Oh, that's the worst. All right, Pepper, take it off.
Are you ready? All right, welcome to the Rushmore Podcast. My name's Pepper.
My name's Thomas.
And this is a podcast where we take our Mount Rushmore of any given topic, and then we talk to Brandt fucking Tobler. He's in the Crab Feast Final 10. He's got a book called Free Roll that's the fucking best. He did a fuck yeah. He appeared on This Is Not Happening with one of the fucking most banger-ass stories of all time.
You talking about the part-time Vandy jersey owner?
Oh, yeah, I got that.
Shit, you're talking about sold out the Lincoln Theater and had to get an extra day added with comedian Josh Blue? Now, you kind of buried the lead because I was going to announce him as Brandt David Huffindick. And and you already said Brandt Tobler at the beginning, so you fucking buried the lead on that one. Sorry.
It's all right.
Here we are.
I'm both. I can be both. I'm actually changing my name soon.
Are you?
I'm going to get married at some point. I'm going to propose probably at some point this year. And then since I hate my dad and my girlfriend's dad was he also went to prison college and he was a shitty dad and he actually died of a meth overdose. So we both don't have dads. We're going to change our last name. So it's going to be.
Are y'all going to like pick a new one?
Yes, we picked a new one from.
That's fucking awesome.
We have a new one picked out, and it's a long, boring story. I'll tell you some other time, but yeah, it's gonna happen here soon. So, holy shit, someone's calling me. Sorry.
Oh, that's fun, dude. That's such a good
Is
idea.
it Donald Trump
Yeah.
in the broadcast?
Yeah, we're gonna talk about dads because we all have something in common where we all have like kind of shitty dads. How's your dad doing?
I don't know. I still haven't talked to him. It's I think like 12 or 13 years, so he's out there somewhere. My stepdad Ronnie Huffindick's good. I'll have lunch with him in a few days when I go to Wyoming, but I don't know where my dad's at. There's rumors he's in Tacoma, but then I also heard he's back in Vegas. I kind of kept in touch with my family for a little bit, but they don't. No one knows, so that's why I'm getting rid of the Tobler name because there's only 2 Toblers left, me and my little brother. So I don't know what my brother will do, but it'll all be up to him. And I think that's going to be the most disrespectful slap in the face to my family.
For
just
sure.
like, you know what? We're just going to do no more Toblers because my dad has a brother and 2 sisters, but the girls part doesn't matter. But my uncle, he only had a daughter. So it really comes down to me and my little brother to keep the Tobler name alive. And
Hell yeah.
we're just not going to do it.
I like to imagine that all of our dads are just somewhere being pieces of shit together.
How cool would it be to pick your own fucking name?
I know, dude. I definitely wouldn't have picked Pepper for mine.
You know, it's the thing. I think everyone says that, and it's like, well, anybody can do it. You can just do it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's relatively cheap.
Yeah,
so I think with the fucking DMV.
It sounds like we can just write down whatever name we want on the marriage certificate, and it just goes from there. So I think we'll be Brandt and Shire Blake is what it's gonna be. No one knows that yet, but it's
breaking fucking news on the Rushmore podcast.
Yeah.
That's a Rushmore scoop, dog.
First of all, I got to propose. She has to say yes. We're probably still a little ways away.
Yeah.
Does she know you're gonna change the name?
Yeah. So we've talked about it a lot, and it's just something. It just kind of weirdly came together, and she was on board, and then, you know, it's just gonna happen. I think it's gonna be weird. But
I think that's awesome.
I'll still keep like a stage name, but I'll still be like Brandt Tobler for all that. But in my life, at least hopefully we'll have kids one day, and we're just gonna try to break the pattern and get this bad Tobler energy out of the world. At least my part.
Is Blake a acronym for boys like all karaoke evidence?
It's close. That was quick on the fly too.
No, was it? I spent 30 seconds doing that while you were talking.
That's why he's been so quiet. He's like, I'm gonna act like I'm opening this beer.
But boys like all kinds of, I don't know. You did better than I can. I never
karaoke. I said karaoke evidence. That's not better, dude.
Well, I couldn't even come up with an E. So We could
That
get rid
is
of
the hardest.
Brandt likes all kids equally. I'm going to be a better father.
It'll be a better one.
Or I sound very creepy. I don't know which one it is.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
man.
like you're either going to be a great dad or a pedophile.
Did I get the theater right earlier? Is it Lincoln Theater?
Yeah, the Lincoln Theater in Cheyenne. It's awesome going back home to do. We sold out the first 2 shows, and then I think these next 2 shows are about to sell out. So it's always good to go home and perform in front of all my friends and family. My mother and my little brother, they're all flying in. So, and Ronnie Huffindick will be there. So it's always special. And I got to do the shows with Josh Blue, who's just an amazing comedian.
Dude's
so
fucking incredible. You remember?
It's gonna be a long weekend, and to get to do shows inside and the Lincoln Theater, they just redid it. Beautiful new theater. So I'm really, really excited.
That's really I was really surprised to hear that you fucking killed ticket sales like that, especially with everything going on. I was like, damn, I didn't even know like fucking people were selling out like that right now.
Yeah, I think I'm just fortunate. Wyoming's so loyal, and they always support me. And I think people are just kind of itching for shit to do. So they went on sale, and they sold out quick. And it was good because because the theater just opened. So I was dealing with Josh's management, and they're like, how do you think we'll do? I was like, I think we'll do good, but people always say that. So
yeah,
it was a little validating to me. Like, we sold that shit out before we did any press or anything. It was like 3 Facebook posts. So
hell yeah, dude.
It was really cool for me, and just shows what a great loyal following I have in Wyoming and how much they support me. So I'm very lucky.
Fuck yeah.
We're gonna get a Rushmore Wyoming bump from this shit.
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna make a t-shirt that says Wyoming because Oming, dude.
I like it. I'll wear one.
Wyoming, fuck you. That's why.
Oh man. Yeah, how's your day? All right. You've been
dad's in the notes.
Sorry, it is. You've been doing any fantasy football this year?
I have. I got 2 monster teams. I'm glad you asked. No one ever asks.
Yeah, I invited him to our league.
Yeah.
He had something going on that night. But yeah.
Yeah, I would have loved to. But no, my 2 I was down by like 15 last night, and I just had Kamara versus Jacobs and crushed them. So put up high point total. But I tell you what, I had a shitty day yesterday because I bet a parlay. I had a $55 parlay, and all I needed was Saints to win $2,300 last night.
Oh yeah.
I didn't bet back or hedge, and these fucking Saints get up 10-0. I'm spending that money in my head, and then the next thing you know, I'm like, all right, we got to take back everything I bought in my head.
So I
need the Reds to beat the Brewers right now. They're down 1 point.
All right, let's go Brewers.
We live in
Reds.
I'll wear my red shirt for you.
There you go.
We live in like Saints country right now, and I didn't watch the game at all last night.
Yeah, I watched.
But I was wondering because I knew they were playing. I asked a couple of people today. I was like, "How the Saints do?" And I literally got a no answer at all. And I was like, "What the fuck?" I ended up having to call Thomas. Like, did the Saints win? He was like, "Oh no!" I was like, oh,
They
fuck
fell
it, dude.
apart. It was not pretty. I'm
playing fantasy football for the very first time ever. And this week I'm playing against him, and he is like a fucking. I'm not going to call him like a fantasy football master, but he's way, way, way better and knowledgeable, more knowledgeable than me.
Yeah, I've just been doing it longer.
I beat his ass.
He beat me pretty bad.
You did?
Yeah.
Wait, what number pick did you guys have in the draft?
Ooh,
I had 3.
3. I think I had 8.
So
out
you
of
got
10.
like Zeke.
I got Kamara.
Good choice. And then who'd you get?
I want to say, who was my first round pick in that
I don't
draft?
remember.
Not
I
Michael
wanna-
Thomas?
No, it wasn't Michael Thomas. Thank God, because now he's out for.
Well, that's what I was saying. Everybody that had the 1 and 2 pick are like,
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
lose my top pick, but I want to say I got a receiver. I'm trying to think of who it was.
I got
I'm pulling it up right
Hopkins.
now. I got Devontae Adams.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Yep, that's what it was.
Yeah, I went 4, so I just fell into Kamara, and he's been a beast while all these other guys have been getting hurt. So
I'm really glad I got Lamar Jackson at quarterback.
he's dope.
I feel like
Yeah,
he's going to fucking.
I got to do fantasy because my poor Broncos are dead. It's going to be
Yeah.
a bad season.
Yeah, y'all
already.
just signed Blake Bortles today.
Well, hold on.
Yeah.
Y'all still got that quarterback who raps Jeezy?
No,
on the
he got
sideline?
hurt. He's out for 6
He's
weeks.
hurt. Our whole team's hurt, man. It's not good.
Oh.
Yeah, he got hurt last week, so they just signed Blake Bortles to replace him
Yeah. So
today.
you can pick him up in all your fantasy leagues. He's out
Yeah.
there.
Go get Blake Bortles.
Are you jealous of Brad Williams hanging out with John Elway or no?
I got to hang
That
out
was
with
him. Yeah, that was
Oh,
him and
yeah.
Brad.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah, so I would have been super jealous, but I was opening for Brad that weekend, and then he told me John was coming, and I was like, but you never know, if they're going to come. And then I was hosting the show actually. And then they're like, we might start early. I was like, bullshit.
Yeah,
We're not starting until Elway's here. So
Elway.
once they gave me the thumbs up that he was in his seat, we started it. And then he came out, and I have an autographed Elway jersey right here next to me. And he gave me his golf ball when he was a kid. I have so much Elway stuff in here. So it was I'd met him a couple times, but I never got a picture with him. So it was cool to get a picture with him. It sucked because of the pandemic, because everyone around here has their like getting drunk with John story.
Yeah.
And I was like, maybe we could crank it up and get drunk. But by the time the show was over, all the bars were closed. So
that sucks.
he was cool. He was just in and out and took a picture, but it was cool that Brad, that all came together.
Does he like still hang out? Does John Elway still fucking party over there?
I think he does, just in his own rich people groups, that, he's the king. He's still the king of Denver. And I think he has 2 restaurants named after him here. So I think when he
car
goes
dealership too, right?
Yeah. So when he goes out, I think he just stays in back rooms of his own restaurants or shit. So he's he's very hard to get to. He's not that hard compared to Peyton. Peyton's impossible to get to here.
Oh, really?
And I was backstage at a Dierks Bentley concert, and he's like best friends with Dierks. And I said, I asked about Peyton. He's like, Peyton will be here in a minute. And I was freaking out because I had all access, could go anywhere.
Yeah.
And I still couldn't get to Peyton.
Well, you had real all access? You didn't sneak?
I had all access backstage pass. So we were in the dressing room and I said to him, I go, hey, Dierks, he had just taken a picture with Peyton. They were fishing up in like Montana. And I asked him about this picture, and he just goes, Peyton will be here in a minute. And I was like, oh shit. And then, cause all the Broncos came, and then, so Peyton came in, and I saw him like in the back, and then I was side stage waiting for him. And then the tour manager came out, and she's like, hey, can we get you guys to move to the other side of the stage? It's kind of packed over here. And it wasn't packed. And I knew right then Peyton was coming. So as I was going to the other side of backstage, I look over my shoulder, and there's Peyton. So then for the encore, we slipped out the back. I tried to catch Peyton on the way out. And, like I said, he's like the president. He knows, he moves in silence, and he was gone. So
Is he still in Denver, or did he go back to Indiana?
Yeah, no, he still lives here.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
He owns like half the Papa John's in the fucking state or something like that.
He's around. I mean, I drive by his house a lot. I know where his house lives, so I drive by his house a lot. I don't know.
Go get you a jersey.
I should just drop a book off in his mailbox, maybe. But
that's illegal, but do it.
At least he'll look it up.
Yeah, maybe. But so he's always courtside at the big Nuggets games and stuff. So you see him around, but I just want to meet him and tell him the Vanderjack story.
Yeah.
And just get a picture with him. And he does a lot of comedy stuff. I'd love to tell him, hey man, you're funny.
Yeah, he's got really good timing.
Yeah.
If you ever need a writer, let me write some jokes for you, man.
I used to work with a guy who told me a Peyton Manning story because he went to UT.
Yeah,
Mhm.
he went to Tennessee.
So he went to UT at the same time. He said it was at a party, and everybody was, kind of buzzing. It was like, oh shit, the quarterback's here. And he was like going around the party trying to find him, like looking in like groups and shit, trying to find him. Couldn't see him. And he looks over, and he said that there is some like super pale guy sitting in the corner. And he said it's the biggest head he's ever seen. He was like, I have no idea how his neck could support that size of a head. And he's just literally sitting there by himself with a fucking red Solo cup, just staring off into the fucking distance. Like nobody, like he's just a fucking dork.
That would be my dream, to run into him like that.
Studying defenses at this fucking party.
Yeah.
Watching film in his
Trying
head.
to figure out how he's going to spend all his millions when he gets out of college.
Yeah.
He's defending that dick against all that.
Was it Peyton Manning or John Travolta that spread his ass cheeks at the massage parlor?
I think it's Travolta. I'm pretty sure it's Travolta, because Peyton.
Okay.
Bro, you convinced me that it was Peyton
I
Manning.
thought Peyton had like a masseuse story at Tennessee he got in trouble with a couple years ago.
Oh no, he got in trouble with like one of the trainers. I think he showed his balls, or he was just doing like a college.
Yeah.
Just some dumb shit that we all did, and then he's Peyton Manning. If I ever got famous, the shit that would come out about me would be ridiculous.
We are worried about it.
Yeah, no, I'm pro showing your balls in college, 100%.
Yeah, it's
Not
dumb.
against
I think he just did it in the trainer's table. And then someone realized they could probably get some money. So
yeah, when you have as many passing yards as him, you can show your balls to anybody.
yeah,
It's
he
a
made
goddamn
that.
fact.
He made that place $100 billion. He could show his balls wherever he wants. They should have a statue of his balls.
Oh hell, that would be sick.
I wonder if they're as big as. I wonder if they're like what's the word? Proportionate to his head.
Cool.
Probably. That's what they say. Like feet is dick size, and
Had his
Forehead
ball size.
balls, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, everybody says that.
Yeah.
'Cause I got
That's
a
what
big head.
doctors tell me.
Yeah, I got a big head and huge balls, mini dick.
So, have you snuck into anything like lately?
Oh, I can't.
So, are you retired from sneaking into shit?
No, absolutely not. I'll do that shit till I die. But
I guess because there hasn't been anything happening.
yeah, I mean, I have a show in Nebraska on Saturday, so I don't think I can get back to Denver in time. Or I was going to try to sneak into the Tampa Bay game here, but no, I'm going to try to sneak into the football stadium. Not this game, the next one, just to see if I could do it. Because I don't know how it's easy when there's a million people, so it'll be interesting.
And everybody's wearing masks, right?
Yeah, well, yeah. So I don't know.
Anonymity.
I'm going to try it just to see if I could do it, but I'm sure I'll still be able to do it. But it's not when there's so many people there. This last year when I was sneaking in, it was just too easy because it's too easy with the phones because the phones can make a mistake, you know. And then if you could out talk a security guard that doesn't give a shit about their job, you're in.
Yeah.
We're like in the old days. If I don't have a ticket, I don't have a ticket. But if I just bring up a screenshot on a phone and they zap it and it doesn't work, then we're in that fucking limbo of who flinches first.
Yeah.
And it's usually them of just like go in and get out of my
Don't give a fuck. I'm making $8 an hour. Get the fuck in there.
And then I can give them some sob stories like I bought this. I mean, I drove here from Montana. I can make up whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah.
So it was. This will be a little more fun for me because it'll actually be challenging. Because towards the last year, it was too easy to sneak into the games. Which is absurd to say.
You definitely saved me $20.
Yeah, I'm glad.
I snuck into a fight in Pensacola, and I used your smoking entrance technique.
Oh, perfect.
And it was fucking easy peasy. Nobody gave a fuck.
What is the smoking entrance? You just go in where people are going out to smoke?
Yeah. I mean, Brandt he should patent it at this point because he's talked about it so much, but you find out where the smoking entrance is and you kind of sneak your way in there and just kind of mingle. And then usually those doors are locked. At least most of the places I've seen, the doors are locked.
Unless
and you
someone's coming out.
Yeah. You kind of either somebody's coming out or like the one that we were at, the security guard actually had to open the door for you. Like you had to knock on the security. So you just get in behind somebody or just fucking knock. Like security guards don't give a fuck, dude. They make like $14 an hour.
Yeah, that's what you just got to prey upon the fact that they don't care. And why would you care? If you're a security guard watching this, who cares? Let people live.
I mean, you think if somebody comes in with a gun, one of those security guards is going to be like, time for action. They're going to be like, oh, fuck this, dude.
Yeah. No, I don't think I can legally name the place, but I did security for 2 years at a billion-dollar corporation. And I always thought if somebody comes in here shooting the place, like I'm heading straight to my fucking car.
Yeah,
there's no goddamn way I'm going into action.
Yeah. I mean, that's like a terrorist.
Yeah, that's a weird area.
You're just an idiot that wants to drink some beer. Just have extra beer money.
Yeah.
So spend $100 on a ticket. That's another thing. I spent the money inside anyway. Some people are like, that's fucked up. You sneak in. I was like, it doesn't matter. They're still getting my money. It's just in a different portal. It just goes through a different cash register.
Yeah.
It's not like I can go
more
in there.
directly.
Yeah. I just in there spending money.
Yeah, I can't stand giving like venues or fucking anybody else besides like the band or whatever. I'm seeing any fucking money. Like they don't. I mean, understand like they do deserve some of it, but when you actually look at the breakdown and you actually see what a band gets paid to play a show, it's fucking embarrassing. Like they should get paid way fucking.
Once you're on the other side of it, you're like, yeah, screw these venues. They'll be fine. And what they're charging for beers. I mean, they're pouring draft beers at like $11.50, $12. It maybe cost them 45 cents.
Yeah,
they'll be all right.
Insane.
I'm never worried about the corporations. And then when this shit happens, they bail them out and give them millions of dollars. So fuck them. I'll sneak in always.
I've watched enough Bar Rescue. They can go fuck themselves.
What's crazy is I think there's probably been 4 or 5 episodes of Bar Rescue where I performed shows at before.
Really?
That's where stand-up is just like, I performed at that bar. I performed at that bar. It's just like, oh.
Yeah, there was a bar on there that's one of the worst ones I've seen from it was in Austin, and some good friends of ours played a show there and had to deal with that owner. The place is called Headhunters in Austin, Texas. Yeah, it was like a metal bar, and there was fucking cockroaches in like every bottle they had and shit. And Party at the Moon Tower played there, and the owner refused to pay them. They drove there to Austin from Mississippi, and he was like, they get off stage, and they're like, "So who do we talk to about getting paid?" And the guy's like, "Oh, I thought you were doing this for free." And they were like, we drove in from Mississippi, dude. He was like, who'd you book it with? And Mike showed him the emails or whatever. And he's like, oh, that dude, he's actually in the hospital right now, man. So I don't really know what to tell you. Give him the fucking money. He said that the bartender ended up coming out of her pocket and paying the band. And then on the show on Bar Rescue, that was the whole thing, was the bartender was the only good employee. They ended up shutting down after the show because he just fucking John Taffer walked out on him and shit. And that owner didn't pay his taxes for years. It was a whole fucking thing.
That's awful. Yeah, there's some bad club owners out there for sure.
Yeah, I got a buddy in a metal band. They played in San Antonio. I wish I could remember the name of the place to fucking bury it. But it was a similar situation where at the end of the night, he was like, yeah, man, we're not going to pay you. And they're like, what? So
it's weird how that works, huh?
Yeah, they're like, no, you're definitely going to pay us. He was like, well, I got some friends that say that I'm not going to fucking. He fucking got his motorcycle gang friends to come in and intimidate this fucking band of heavy metal kids. And I mean, it ended up not working out for the venue. I think they closed like 3 months after that because
shit's still gross.
Yeah, I mean, once that shit gets out and everybody knows that like you're a piece of shit, and it wasn't like a thing where it was like the band showed up on time, they played on time, they did their time, they did everything they were supposed to. There was no controversy at all, and then they just didn't get paid. Like once people find shit out like that, you can't go.
That's a brick through the window.
Yeah,
that is brick through the front window in the middle of the night as we're driving out of town. Okay, all right, you're not paying us, we're leaving. And then before we head out, brick through that front window.
Yeah. How much you think that big ass window is, dude?
Use that money you didn't pay us to fucking fix this shit.
You're gonna pay us one way or the other.
You ready to get in the goddamn topic?
I make windows. What?
You ready to get in the goddamn topic?
Sure.
This week, what do you want to call it? We're debating on
memorable sports moments. Personally memorable. Who fucking I don't know something. I'll name it something.
I mean, I'm not mad at personal sports moments. Like it's sports moments that mean a lot to you.
Yeah, most meaningful sport, all that shit. Meaningful sports moments. Because I feel like if you say personal sports moments, it sounds like I hit a fucking double in t-ball.
Yeah. Do you have a better word for that, Brandt?
Favorite sports moments.
There you go.
That'll work.
Simple enough.
Right?
Brandt titled it. Yeah, I mean, we're trying to figure out like personal. I don't know. Fuck it. My number 4 on my. So
this is how it works.
Yeah.
Before he just jumps in.
Gotcha.
So we'll go around. Pepper will start. I'll do mine. You'll do yours. We'll do our number 4. Talk about that shit. Go down to number 1. So we'll do 4, 3, 2, 1, and then that's fucking it. So Pepper, what's your number 4 on your favorite sports moments?
My number 4 on my Rushmore of favorite sports moments is 28-3.
28-3.
Yeah.
All right. So let's establish something first before we talk about this. I am a Patriots fan.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Pepper is a Braves fan. He's got a Braves tattoo. All other sports we're both kind of in and out on. Besides MMA, we're both huge MMA fans. But I like Patriots. He likes the Braves, and then everybody else we just kind of tolerate. But 28-3 is not on my list. But go ahead and talk about it for yours and your number 4.
Okay. So I don't really give a fuck about the Falcons at all. But I mean, they're the Braves next door neighbors. So I was like, hey, they made it to the Super Bowl. Awesome. We had a Super Bowl party at my house.
Yep.
Thomas was invited. This dumb fuck shows up with silver and red face paint on.
Red and blue.
Okay. A fucking Gronk jersey.
Yep.
Like a headband, just decked out from head to toe.
Yeah, I had an American flag headband, red and blue face paint covering my whole face, Gronk jersey, Patriots sweatpants.
What was the score at halftime?
I think it was like 21-3 at halftime, something like that. Because it was 28-3 in the third quarter.
So it was pretty bad.
It's pretty bad.
During halftime, Thomas disappears. I'm trying to find him. End up finding him in the bathroom, and I mean, I hear like a light sobbing going on.
That was just the water running.
I knock on the door. I'm like,
I've drank like a fifth of Fireball at this point.
Yeah. No, this is actually in the third quarter where they scored the first touchdown. I knocked on the door and let you know. It's like, hey, they just scored. And then you're like, okay.
Yeah, none of that happened.
And then I come back after the second touchdown. I'm like, dude, they just scored again. He comes out. He has washed all the face paint off. He is like...
All right, so this is how this actually happened. Pepper tells weird stories because he has probably 7 to 8 pounds of kratom in his system at all times.
That's true.
But what happened was at halftime, I posted on Facebook. That's why I definitely didn't. Yeah, I posted on Facebook. They're going to come back, blah, blah, taking all bets, all this shit. I was so sure of them because I was cocky. Patriots fan. And I was like, but it's halftime. I've never wore fucking face paint to a game. Superstition. I'm like, this is unlucky.
Yeah.
Getting our ass whooped, and I'm acting like an asshole here with fucking face paint. I'm going to go wash this off. Then they start coming back while I'm in the bathroom. Pepper's like, they're fucking coming back. They ended up coming back and winning. There was no crying. There was no wiping it off because I'm like, oh, I'm embarrassed to be a fan. It was superstition. Like, oh, this is unlucky. And by the way, I think it was because it fucking worked.
Yeah, it worked.
Yeah.
Bitch. All right, so my number 4 is, let me look. I gotta remember what it was.
What are the Reds doing?
Losing.
Come on, Reds.
Brandt, if the Braves win tonight, they clinch playoff spot. So go Braves.
All right, my number 4 is also a Patriots moment.
Okay.
But this comes from February of 2008. This is not a good memory. This is the Tyree helmet catch.
Oh.
The helmet catch where the undefeated Patriots go on to lose the Super Bowl to Eli Manning.
It was outside the stadium. I couldn't get in that one.
Oh, come on, man. You couldn't sneak into that.
Super Bowl's too hard, but I was outside. But go ahead.
That's it. That's my it's a memorable, it's my only sad one, but it's a bad memory. But it's one I'll never forget as a helmet catch. And the Seahawks almost had something very similar and when the Patriots beat the Seahawks. Yeah. And they had, I don't remember who it was, what the guy's name was, but he had that insane catch right there at the goal line to get him down there. And I was like, oh no.
I was sitting outside the stadium that time.
Oh,
those were both in Phoenix.
Yep.
Couldn't get into either one of them, but I was there first time just drunk, second time with all Seahawks fans, and they were devastated.
oh, we'll get to that later. All right. Yeah. But yeah, my number 4 is the Tyree, the helmet catch, the catch that shouldn't have been a catch. In hindsight, it should have been a catch. It's a good catch.
Yeah.
I'm just not happy about it. What's your number 4, Brent?
My number 4, let me see here. This is hard for me because I'm a huge sports fan, but I was a bookie for so long that I lost a lot of my allegiance to games because I just want to win money, you know? Yeah. But number 4 for me would probably be the Malice at the Palace.
Oof.
Because I was living in Vegas at the time, and I went to a gym that had a bar in it, and we were in the middle of a dodgeball tournament. It was a Friday night dodgeball tournament, and we had like this rival dodgeball team that we fucking hated, and we were drinking, and I'll never forget. And because we would cheat, because there was this hot chick she was the referee.
Yeah.
But you know, you're not supposed to go until you blow the whistle.
Sure.
But there's no real repercussions for cheating. So you leave right when you think she's gonna blow the whistle. Then if she calls you on it, you just move back. But we were just like, fuck it. So it was like in a weird, like, it's not like gangs. It was like a rich people gym. It was a super expensive gym. But we had 2 different rich gangs, and we were against this other team. And I remember beating we beat them in the championship. And as we were walking up to the bar, that shit happened. And then we got to just like watch that. We kind of made up with the team we hated because it was so crazy. But I remember just like, we had our championship trophy and all our beer and just laughing about, this shit is fucking crazy. They're fighting in the goddamn stand. So that was always memorable, just the whole night together of just what chaos it was.
God damn, dude, you got some stories.
It was awesome.
Like that whole story right there could be like a fucking movie.
Yeah, it was there was a crazy dodgeball league, man.
I was planning to go to Vegas for the first time this past July. And had it all planned out, and then everything got fucking shut down. It was going to be the first time going. I was going to go to International Fight Week for the UFC.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and everything got fucking shut down. Garbage. I'm going to go next year.
Cool story, dude.
Thanks, man.
My number 3 on my Rushmore of memorable sports moments. February 18th, 2001. Do I have to say anything else?
That's when Dale Earnhardt died?
Thank you.
Oh, shit. Is that true?
Yeah.
That was a stab in the fucking dark.
Yes.
Jesus.
Fucking
right, go ahead.
Kenny Schrader, that son of a bitch, didn't give him enough room. Dale came up on him and then just 90-degree turn into that wall.
90 degrees?
Oh, yeah. He hit it straight on, dude.
That's impressive.
We both remember, me and Thomas both remember where we were that day. It's a dark day. Change the sport forever. for the worst because NASCAR is fucking garbage right now.
Michael Jordan just bought a NASCAR team today.
I saw that. Him and Denny Hamlin are like best buddies.
Yeah.
How and why is that?
I know.
Now
That
they're
is so
fucking
weird.
business partners.
Like, I know, and it's Denny Hamlin, Bubba Wallace, and
Correct.
I understand,
Bubba
there's a lot
Wallace,
of.
But it was always Denny. Denny's been his boy forever. Like they talked about it for a long time.
Yeah, it's weird, but I mean, I hope they have some good luck and all. But Bubba Wallace is fucking just a garbage driver.
Is he?
Like, I mean, I know he's like, there's a lot of controversy around him and all that shit. He's not very good, and he's from like here.
Is he?
Oh, really?
Yeah, like he's a local guy. So I
didn't know
mean,
that.
I probably shouldn't, but I mean, he's just not that great.
NASCAR
Yeah,
sucks.
he's from Mobile.
Yeah, Dell Senior. That I do remember where I was. That was sad.
Yeah,
it reminds me of Foo Fighters. I don't know why.
Nope.
Yep.
Nope. Hey, Thomas, what's your number 3?
My number 3 is. Oh, this guy got hit by a train. That's close to the same thing as you, huh?
Oh, I know who this is.
My number 3 is
Matt
BJ
Hughes.
Penn beating Matt Hughes in their third fight. I was in Pascagoula with Buffalo Wild Wings. This is whenever I first thought I was a gay man. Turns out I'm not. But I was sitting there with my friend Justin Bird, and we were watching BJ Penn fight Matt Hughes, and I hated Matt Hughes. I still don't really know why, but I've never fucking liked that guy. Something about his face I don't like. Now, he got hit by a train, and that sucks. But apparently afterwards, he beat the shit out of his wife or
Brain
damage.
trauma, dude.
Yeah, sure.
Come on, man.
Get the fuck out
Chris
of that house,
Benoit,
people.
dude.
Yeah, get the
Come on,
fuck
man.
out of there. Anyways, BJ and Matt are fighting, and I love BJ Penn at the time. And we were sitting there, and he knocks him out with the right hand in 17 seconds, I think. And I got goosebumps when it happened, got chills, but like I couldn't talk, almost like I went into fucking shock. And I went to the Buffalo Wild Wings bathroom and splashed my face with water. And my friend Justin was like, I think you're a gay man. I think you're in love with BJ Penn. By the way, BJ Penn also sucks now, just like NASCAR. He needs to fucking knock it off. He's losing bar fights. That's not okay.
Ooh, is it up to me?
Yeah, number 3.
Man. If I want to do a NASCAR one or a UFC one. I've only been to one NASCAR race. It was actually incredible. So my boss at the time in Vegas, his mother was the hugest Jeff Gordon fan in the world.
Hey.
So we would go to we'd go to Dayton, Ohio and visit his mom, and his mom had a guest room that was all Jeff Gordon, everything. And she wouldn't let anyone sleep in there but me. So I would sleep in this room that was just all Jeff Gordon. I mean, everything, like super fan. And then she wanted to go to the race in Vegas, and he got us tickets. But the speedway there, it's like awful to get in and out of.
Yeah.
So he got a helicopter, and I'd never rode in a helicopter. So we helicoptered into the speedway, and then and Jeff Gordon won the race. So it was really cool, and his grandma was so happy, and it was a cool for my first time there. And we bet on Jeff Gordon to win, so we won a bunch of money. And then
hell yeah!
And then his mom was so happy, and then we got the helicopter so we could avoid the traffic. But then all the drivers came out and took all the helicopters, so we still had to sit there for like 2 hours, which sucked. But it was just cool, and it was just cool to see an old lady so happy because she was like the biggest. And at the time, I don't think Jeff was that good. So
he never really was. Like all his championships are kind of like spaced out weird.
Yeah. So we didn't think he was going to win, and then he won, and I was like, but that experience for the first time was cool just because of like, I'd never been. So that first time I was like, this is a whole different beast. And just the loud and seeing him zoom by and shit. It was a pretty cool moment, actually.
Man, I'll tell you right now, it sounds like your experience, you just absolutely knocked out of the park first try. Don't go back.
Yeah.
It only gets worse.
We weren't allowed to like Jeff Gordon in my house because my dad said he cried when he won and he cried when he lost. So he's a fag.
Yeah. I could definitely see your dad saying that.
I couldn't say anything because my boss's grandma would have beat my ass. She was a tough old girl from Dayton, Ohio. She was you could say a lot, but you don't say anything about Jeff Gordon. I tell you that. So
I went to the longest race in NASCAR history. It was the Coca-Cola 600, and so it's already 100 miles longer than any other race. Mm-hmm. And they had a record amount of cautions. And you want to talk about some boring ass bullshit. I mean, the race ended at like 2:00 in the morning.
Yeah.
It was fucking horrible. And then the traffic. So I guess there's like a common theme with all NASCAR tracks where to get in and out, it's just fucking impossible. Because it's the same way at Atlanta. It's the same way at Charlotte. It's the same way at Daytona. Like, all of them are just fucking terrible to get out of.
Well, it's funny you said that because people then offered me later like years later, they said, you want to go to this race? We'll give you tickets or whatever. I was like, I'm not going unless I have a helicopter. Because I hate traffic. To sit like 3 hours in and 3 hours out when I'm just a casual fan of the sport.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck, I'm not doing that shit.
Dude.
So I think you're right. I did it once really good. And so I don't know if I'll ever do it again, honestly.
No,
And
NASCAR
there's nowhere
sucks.
around here.
Yeah.
I guess I got to go to Daytona. Maybe it would be cool, but.
Yeah, I went to Talladega as a kid, and I don't remember anything about it.
If you go to any race, go to Talladega and get a spot on the infield. And honestly, the infield, because you're camping there and you can stay like a day after the race, getting in and out isn't that big of an issue.
Yeah. Well, maybe I'll do that.
Talladega infield is fucking insane. Like, it's
one of my favorite Eric Church songs. It's perfect.
Brewers won, so my parlay is dead. Continue.
Fuck you. It's the biggest redneck party like ever. God damn, Freddie Freeman just went off too.
I don't want to talk about baseball anymore.
All right.
I just lost the money. All right. That was his number 3. What's your number?
My number 2.
You on 2?
This one's tough.
Okay.
The year is 2012. I have just made the decision to leave my hometown of Columbus, Georgia, and move to piece of shit nobody gives a fuck Mississippi.
Right.
All of my friends that have always tried to get me to smoke weed and I never would, I finally come up to them and I'm like, this is the night, guys. If it's going to be any night, it's going to be tonight.
You didn't smoke weed till your 20s?
No, I mean, I had smoked weed. I just never liked it. And there's more evidence for that here. I was like, guys, let's fuck me up. So I went to my friend who is a drug dealer's house, and he had some like Alaska, whatever.
What's his address?
I don't fucking know. And we're sitting there watching the Braves game. He hands me like a fucking 3-foot bong. I'm fucking taking rips out of it. Have no idea what I'm doing because I don't fucking smoke weed. So I like smoke an entire fucking bowl out of a bong. We're sitting there. It's 2012. Favorite baseball player of all time, Chipper Jones. This is his last season. You know,
he played that late.
Yeah. So 9th inning, 2 on, 2 out. It's not looking great. Braves are behind the Phillies. And then Chipper Jones.
Fuck Bryce Harper.
Steps up to the plate. And
strikes out.
Hits a 2-run home run.
Yeah.
Or 3-run home run, I guess. Just fucking walk-off win for the Braves. Chipper Jones, it's his last season. He made it very clear before the season even started it was his last season. And I am uncontrollably crying. I can't get up from the couch because I'm too high, and I just can't stop crying. And I'm like weep talking to my friends, like, because they keep asking me why I'm crying. I was like, yeah. And they're like, God damn, bro. Like, yeah, you never need to smoke weed again.
That's gonna be me when.
But God damn, that was a good fucking moment.
It's gonna be me when Tom Brady throws his last interception against the Panthers.
Yeah, Chipper Jones walk off.
It's too bad that Chipper Jones is like a pedophile, huh? I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna put that out there.
Yeah,
I wrote a song called Drew Brees is a Pedophile, and that's why we can't get things.
All right, my number 2 is also a very happy moment. I was playing a show at the VFW in Pascagoula.
Okay.
And they tried this weird thing out where I would play at this place every now and then.
Where they would let you play because you fucking suck?
Right. So I was playing at this place every now and then they were like, you watch UFC, right? I'm like, yeah. They're like, how about we have the fights on, like we order the pay-per-view, and you play, we mute the commentary, and you perform all night during the fights, and that way you can still watch them.
And then nobody will be mad.
Yeah, and then nobody will be mad that you're just sitting here fucking singing over all of the UFC fights that you're also paying attention to. And it was a terrible fucking idea.
Yeah, that's the worst idea I've ever heard.
Oh, it was so terrible. But it was the night. This is like 2017, and it was whenever GSP came out of retirement and beat Michael Bisping for the middleweight title in the main event. But other than that, what man? But other than that, the co-main event and the fight before is when TJ Dillashaw knocked out Cody Garbrandt for the belt, and
was that the EPO fight?
No, and Rose knocked out Joanna and won her first title. Yep, Rose Namajunas. And those two back-to-back. TJ and Rose at the time were my two favorite fighters, and they both won the fucking gold back-to-back.
That was the Daniel Cormier. Nope. Thug Rose.
Oh, yeah, that fight. Yeah, the commentary. The Thug Rose shit.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I was so fucking happy. And now I was like 8 Rumplements deep, and all these people here, and all these people fucking hated me because I'm singing over the goddamn.
Have you ever met anybody who that's their liquor?
Oh, I've done like shots of it and
up
in my cousin's yard one time, and I was trying to impress a girl that liked that shit, and I did one, and then I did the second one, and I was like, I couldn't fuck you if I had to. I can barely walk.
Like that's his go-to shit.
I'm out, man.
That's his go-to shit. I've never met anybody who was like that. He's a fucking weirdo.
I could do one just to do it because you said we have to do it, but 8 Rumplement shots would be like, oh my God. That's the worst.
I'd rather suck a dick.
If I have 8 Rumplement shots, I might end up sucking it without even knowing it. Like, what did I just do? What's that taste in my mouth?
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a weird, because it's 100 proof. There's a weird line to where you cross it before you realize you crossed it.
Yeah.
To where you're like, all right, well, I've lost the night. Let's fucking figure this shit out tomorrow. Let's piece this together.
That's funny.
Brandt, what is your number 2?
Number 2 for me, we'll go with this one. This is a weird one that I'll never forget. So I went, as a huge Bronco fan, I flew to the last game at Mile High Stadium before they tore it down, which was cool. So I ripped up my seat. I have a piece of my seat hanging on my wall here. But the crazy part is, so then the next year I flew back for the very first game at Bronco Stadium. They're playing the Giants on Monday Night Football. My girlfriend got me tickets. My girlfriend at the time, we went. Broncos won. I had a big bet on it. I won. We went to my hotel room that night. First time I ever had anal sex in my life. My girlfriend let me do it that night. Woke up the next morning, 9/11.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So I have a joke about it. I go, I've never done anal again. I don't think it's my fault, but as a proud American, I can't take that chance. But yeah, so that one that was a crazy 24 hours for me to go to the new stadium.
Holy shit, dude.
Have anal sex,
First
and then
time anal 9/11.
and have it be 9/11 was a little crazy. So
Damn, that's a hell of a 24 hours.
As a fun, talk about ups and downs of like great, awful, great, fun, amazing.
Dude, there's just certain people that, there's just certain people, you included. There's oh my God, Steve Cantwell. Like, there's just just the shit that happens to them is just completely fucking unbelievable.
Yeah.
And it seems like it just never fucking stops.
Yeah.
It's so
It's a
fucking
walking
crazy.
story.
And I'm sure people. Well, I don't know. Maybe not you, but I'll tell people crazy stories and they're like, come on, man. It's like, no.
They say it a lot, but I have the evidence all around.
you still got the pair of bloody underwear.
Karaoke evidence.
Yeah, I got to get rid of the evidence. So yeah, that was a wild one. That's an unforgettable one.
My number 1, I'm not going to spend a ton of time on. It is the 2012 playoff game, 1-game playoff for the Atlanta Braves. Everybody knows the infield fly rule. It was the day of my going away party in Columbus, Georgia. Also had anal sex in a stranger's house. That was the first time I had anal sex with my wife. I hope she doesn't hear this.
There's no anal in my picks, and that's fucking ridiculous.
What the fuck,
I'm really
dude?
missing out.
Dude, did you not get the email?
Jesus.
Come on, dude.
Yeah, I had the wrong Rushmore.
Anal
Be a
sports
professional,
moments.
you piece of shit.
We were thinking of what to name this. Anal sports moment.
But the Braves lose. It's complete bullshit.
Who'd they lose to?
Shut the fuck up, dude. Everybody found out that Atlanta Braves fans were fucking real that night because the game was delayed for 30 minutes because I had to pick up all the beer cans after the horrible infield fly call. And it made me very proud. And even though it was one of the worst, I don't know, 11 runs in the first inning last year was pretty fucking bad too.
They are plus 1,400 to win it all this year.
Yeah.
Ooh,
It's
That's a lot.
very memorable because of everything else that happened that night. And I mean, I don't remember a ton of it, but it was a fucking incredible night. I have a banner, like it was my going away party. I have a banner that we hung up. It was like, hey, everybody sign it. And dude, like we counted up the dicks one time. I think it's like 40 something dicks. And like, it's everything ranging from like, just like regular dick. And I have like some like tattoo artist friends that drew dicks on it that are like,
Triumphant,
God damn,
veiny
is that?
motherfuckers.
Yeah, it's like, God damn, is that real? Fucking incredible.
You should 3D print that.
Thomas, what's your number one?
My number one?
Yeah.
You were at this game.
Uh-oh.
Given you were outside. The Seahawks throwing the interception to Malcolm Butler for the Patriots to win the Super Bowl. I was sitting at the world-famous Celtic Irish pub.
Shout out.
Surrounded by nothing but Saints jerseys that were only there to watch the game because they knew I'd be there and to shit on me when the Patriots lose. And the Patriots are ahead by 2, but obviously Seahawks are at the fucking, 1 yard line, whatever it is. It's a given the Seahawks have won this game. So everyone for the last 3 minutes of the game is just piling on, shitting all over me and how fucking hilarious this is. And the Patriots fucking suck.
And I'm assuming because it's that late, there was probably a ton of timeouts. So that was like drawn out.
Just so, and I was saying nothing. I'm just sitting there, just fucking staring at the screen.
Stoic.
He throws the pick. The room gets dead silent, just completely fucking quiet. And I'm just sitting there like, I didn't have words. I'm just sitting there looking around like, I don't know why he threw that ball. I'm looking at everybody else like, hey, why the fuck didn't the Seahawks win this game? Like, why did he throw that fucking ball? Oh, my God.
Dumb person can't throw balls.
Greatest.
man.
Greatest.
I was around all Seahawks fans, like real Seahawks fans too, and just devastated. I mean, ruined the whole trip, like, because we were all living in LA at the time, and just the night, we were on the verge of having one of the biggest parties they've ever had, and then it was crushing.
It was worth it. Your sacrifice was
I didn't
worth my happiness. Yeah, fuck him. Russell Wilson, by the way, is probably the best quarterback playing football right now, so it all worked out for that guy.
Yeah, he's great. I could tell you so many different stories because I have a good Russell story because I went to the Super Bowl when they fucking stuck it in our ass. And then the following year, I got to go out to dinner with Russell, and I ordered the most fucking expensive thing I could. It didn't matter because he's fucking rich as shit. But
he just started the podcast with Jeff Dye.
Yeah. I was with Jeff Dye, so we got to go. But my best moment is easy for me is the Broncos win the Super Bowl when they beat the Packers because as a kid I watched them lose, 3 Super Bowls. And we were like 13-point underdogs. I was still in Wyoming. I went to one of my close friends. He just had a party in his basement, and I think we were just partying. I was like maybe 19 or 20, so I just started drinking really, and I was like, we're just gonna get drunk and maybe I'll get some anal.
Is this 98?
Yeah.
Okay, I got a story to tell about that night after you get done.
No, it was 97. It was 97, I think, because I don't think I was 21 because I would have went to a bar. I think they beat Atlanta in 98, but then so I just remember just being so happy, and I just remember it's bad in hindsight. I was just so drunk, driving home, just crying, honking my horn. But everybody else in Wyoming was doing the same thing. But that moment, I'll still get chills and like tear up when I see Elway do the spin, the helicopter.
Yeah.
But if I hear the radio call of it, I'll start crying every single time. I get the chills right now just thinking about it. So that one, nothing will ever beat that for me. That first time we won after losing all those Super Bowls is like, because in the following year, I lived in Phoenix at the time. I flew home to Denver for the party and the parade, and we smoked the Falcons so bad. It was actually kind of boring after going through the year before. But yeah, that first, when your team wins that first Super Bowl or World Championship or whatever, that day, I don't think we can ever beat that day. It was, I mean, the other Super Bowls were great, but that day, will never be. It's unbeatable.
Well, that's the thing about being God, this sounds so fucking cuck, but being a Patriots fan, there's so many Super Bowl victories in the last 20 years that you start to lose appreciation at some point. But for some reason, that Seahawks one feels sweeter than any of the other ones. Than the first 3, then the Falcons come back. Then the Rams one, all of that. The Seahawks one, for whatever reason, just stands out. I just felt that more than any of the other ones.
All right, cool. All right, so that same night, Green Bay versus Denver. We are watching that game in the living room, and my stepdad at the time runs to the window. It's like, holy shit, the neighbor's house is on fire. We run outside, and the neighbor's house is on fire. And like it's not like a little bit. It's like the garage is fully engulfed. And I'm like, holy shit. And I remember standing at the end of the driveway and watching the garage burn, and it was green flames. Like I've never seen green flames like that before. But it was like bright green flames just fucking going. Their house burned to the goddamn ground.
It was a bunch of Packers jerseys.
Who knows? I think it was the Packers' hopes and dreams.
Yeah. Brett, by the way,
Vaporizing.
this is Brett Favre's neck of the woods we live in.
Yeah.
He lives about
really?
an hour north, yeah.
I've done work for Brett.
I love Brett Favre. Actually, I think he's great, but I torture Packer fans with that because anytime I see a Packer fan in a Favre jersey, I go, Brett Favre, and they're like, yeah, and I go, all-time interception leader, and they're like, oh, fuck you, who's your team? Who do you like? And I'm like, well, I'm a Bronco fan. They're like, yeah, Favre's way better than Elway. I go, well, I don't know, maybe that's true, but I go, what if they would have just played in like the biggest game of all time? Maybe you guys were even like 2 touchdown favorites, but maybe we could have just found out who was better.
Yeah.
And by that point, they're like, fuck you, and they just walk off. And I walk out.
Also the one that y'all killed Atlanta on, it was such a big deal. I was in elementary school at the time, by the way. So our principal was such a big Falcons fan. I think they made it like you could get a grade if you showed up in Falcons gear that day. So my mom was like, oh, fuck yeah, you're going to get a fucking grade for this. So they got me a Falcons jersey, and then they painted like Falcons on my fucking cheeks and shit. And I remember going to school like that. And I remember standing in whoever's living room we were at, because my mom was a fucking drunk and she would go to parties and shit. So I remember just standing in the living room. Nobody else is watching the game. Everybody else is fucking partying because I'm at a fucking adult party, just watching them get decimated just over and over. And I'm just standing there like, football is fucking gay as fuck, dude. Why does anybody watch this? This sucks, dude.
We were so drunk. I was probably just 21, and we got so drunk. Oh, it was the best. It was no sweat. We just kicked your guys' ass in the beginning. By the second half, we're like, let's just get this over with so we can go downtown. And that's back when you'd go downtown and like riot and parade and shit.
Yeah.
Went downtown and flipped over some cars.
Yeah, now people riot for like race shit.
Yeah.
Quality.
Back then, it was just like an hour of fun party. We're going to flip one car over, light on one trash can. We're going to sing We Are the Champions. Everybody goes home. Nobody gets hurt. But
and that's the entire message of this podcast.
What a good
if you're going to
song.
riot, make it about sports, not race. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Let's get our shit together.
All right, man. Well, that was fucking fun.
You did it? Well,
We
thanks,
did it.
guys. I got to go watch sports now. Watch the Lakers Nuggets play. But that was fun, man.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you guys so much for having me.
Just in case you're curious, Braves are up 9-1. They're about to clinch a fucking playoff spot. Let's fucking go, dude.
You know what? Braves were my favorite team when I was a kid because that was my Little League team, and I loved Dale Murphy. And I sent him a baseball card, and he autographed it, and he sent it
Oh,
back.
hell yeah, dude.
Let's
And
get
that
Dale on
was,
the podcast.
Get Dale number 3?
Yeah. No, not that one. Murphy. I was thinking Dale Earnhardt when you said that. Because he was number 3.
Oh, it's because you're an idiot.
He's dead.
Yeah. Wait, who's your dream guest you guys would have? Brady?
I don't think he would give a fuck about Brady.
Oh, no. Fuck that.
Okay.
Fuck that. Our dream guest is Daniel Cormier. Daniel Cormier, if you're watching this shit, you've been called out. You've seen the Instagram messages. You know what the fuck we're all about. Daniel Cormier, show the fuck up.
Should we just ask someone to help us get Daniel?
No.
Okay.
I want to get up on my goddamn self.
All right.
I was going to say, I can call him right now, but never mind.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
We've had Paul Felder. We've had John Anik. And John Anik was talking. He was like, "Yeah, I was talking to Daniel today about what picks I was going to do."
Daniel was helping him come up with Rushmore picks.
Daniel Cormier, and he was like, "Yeah." I was like, "That son of a bitch." He knows we exist, and he purposely fucking ignores us.
Fully aware.
God damn it.
But I'm gonna say Henry Winkler.
Oh, I got a great Henry Winkler story. First of all, he's the nicest guy in the whole world.
That's what I hoped. If that was fake, my life, I'd end my life.
I've never met a better person than Henry Winkler. Just the sweetest, nicest, and anybody ever talked to. If you get a hold of me, probably do it.
Yeah.
He was just. I got to have dinner with him one night, and he was incredible. Just so sweet and genuine, and he taught me a thing about being famous. If I ever get famous, because Terry Bradshaw was asking him like how he deals with like book signings and stuff, and he's like, Terry, when you meet somebody, all they want, they just give them 3 seconds. Just look them in the eye, give them their 3-second moment. That's all they want. And I've always remembered that. He's like, you don't have to spend hours with your fans. If you just give them that 3 seconds, that's all they want. And they get that connection. I was like, that's why you're the fucking nicest, best guy. Like, man. I'm good friends with Brad Garrett, who's also just a sweetheart. Yeah. And one time I told him, I was like, you're the best, like, besides Henry Winkler. Henry Winkler's and he was like, you're not wrong at all, Henry Winkler. I mean, I think you could search the internet over and over. You'll never find anyone say anything bad about him.
Everybody, I heard him on a podcast tell something similar, like he just told you, was he was talking about your kids, and he was like dealing with kids. When you're late, you're going to be a minute late for work or something. And your kid's like, Dad, look, I made a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I created this fucking thing. Not fucking, but, little kid, I created this sandwich. It's this brilliant creation I had. And Henry's like, you could be like, not right now. I'm going to be late. He's like, or you could be 2 minutes late for your meeting and show her how incredible a peanut butter and jelly sandwich could be. And it makes her entire day. When you have to go to the shitting meeting you already don't want to be at, and you could be 2 minutes late. Basically the same thing.
Well, I went to a lunch at his house one time. He had a bunch of people over. I totally forgot about this, but we went to his house and they had a big spread and he was so nice. His house is incredible, but there was no sign of him being like famous. So I eventually go, Henry, where's the room, like with the stuff? And then the
jukeboxes and
then he had he took me to his back office that was just tucked away in the back. Then you open the door and there's like Emmys, and it was a week before the Broncos played Carolina in the Super Bowl, and he had an autographed Elway football and an autographed Peyton football. Wow. I don't even know how he got him, but just in there. And then he took us in this room, it was just his office, but it had all this cool shit that, like, if I was a celebrity, I'd have up all over my house. Yeah. He just was so humble and cool. Like,
yeah, I've heard him say many times that his dream is to win a Tony, and I just want to, like, write a musical just so I can give it to him.
He could do it, man. He's a talented dude. But those are attainable gets. Usually when I ask people that, they're like Daniel Tosh or somebody. Like, Daniel Tosh barely talked to his family. Like,
yeah, I don't know how to get a hold of Henry because, like, he's all over Twitter. He's very regular, but he doesn't have messages enabled, and he doesn't have anything else. Like, any way to reach him.
Speaking of guests that we'd like to have, is that a Steve Simone baseball card?
It is.
We got to have Steve on the fucking show.
Yeah.
Simone, Sickler, Brody, and Tom Segura.
That's what I'm talking about.
Shit.
Now, and not to bring
Simone,
the room down.
Have you reached out to Simone?
Yeah,
we've talked, but we haven't gotten him on. I think we had him booked, but something came up. But I mean, he's one of my favorite people. I mean, I've never met him before, but he's he's so fucking nice. It almost seems sarcastic, but it's not. Like, he's so fucking real. Nice.
Yeah, he's a great dude. But we've talked to him. He's agreed to do it. He actually gave me his number and shit, and he's been super cool. But he got real sick, I think, the last time he was supposed to come on. And so we just had to reschedule him. We haven't nailed anything down, but we'll get him on soon for sure. Did the Braves do something cool or something?
The Braves won or something happened.
Yeah, what's happening there over here? But Henry Winkler, Daniel Cormier. Steve Simone. It's I hate, like, not to bring it down, like I said, but you mentioned a while ago, I hate that we'd never have the chance to have Brody on. That would have been awesome.
He would have loved you guys. He'd have talked baseball. You guys would have just talked baseball.
I know. Dude,
been so great.
Yeah.
He was very special. Here's the poster of him when he did my backyard show.
Yep.
He'll be back. Him and Morgan Murphy. Couldn't have been cooler, dude. All right, boys, I got to get out of here. Thank you so much for having me on. I will talk to you guys soon.
You're the fucking best, man.
Love you.
Love you.
Love you.
Love you. Love you.